Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I just started recording and I didn't realize I wasn't recording. But here we go. We're going to review another video from WrestleMania, going over the events of this week. A lot of releases and just news in general from news and rumors in wrestling. Let's go.
What is going on, guys? It is WrestleMania here, back with another video. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of the Blue Brand, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including mass superstar releases made by WWE. The reason behind those releases is Alexa Bliss joining the Wyatt Six, the real reason that Nikki Bella returned to WWE, Penta talks dream matches, AEW fires a wrestler after an arrest, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on WrestleMania XL. Now, as always, we won't recap the matches, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we look at the good first as number 1, Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, this was great. LA Knight came out and he just flamed. He just went off.
LA Knight was at the top of his trash-talking game last night, calling out Drew McIntyre for his constant whining and referring to him.
Yeah, just Drew. His promo style now is really great. He comes out, he's very straightforward, and he tells the truth. But it's considered whining and complaining.
Drew McIntyre. While Knight lost his Elimination Chamber qualifier last night, he showed that he doesn't need repeated wins to stay on top. A bonus points to LA Knight for giving the fans a mental health message before he called out Drew McIntyre for saying,
yeah, this is the the mental health thing. He was he was saying how he needed to get his stuff in, referring to how Drew reacted, how we all heard that Drew reacted after the Royal Rumble, that he stormed out, and he was the person he was blamed was LA Knight. So he made a reference to that. It was pretty funny.
He had to get it spotted, a reference to the backstage rumors that he got in the way of Drew's elimination at last week's Rumble, which reportedly led to Drew McIntyre walking out of the building very early and being furious. Number 2, R-Truth does it again. R-Truth remains WWE's king of comedy, as seen by comforting a beat-up Akira Tozawa, only to drop Tozawa like a sack of potatoes when...
And he called Jey Uso. He was like, congratulations on the king of the ring. Nah, bruh. Rumble.
He saw King of the Ring Jey Uso. Now, it's unknown if Truth writes his own material or is just that damn good at delivery, but either way, he should have a contract for life. Number 3, Charlotte vs. Tiffany could actually be good.
Yeah.
The Charlotte Flair vs. Tiffany Stratton's exchange last night suggests both superstars could have a fantastic program heading into WrestleMania 41.
Yeah.
And while we don't want Stratton to lose her WWE...
Look at that. They're submitting an image of each other. Of course, Charlotte a little bit taller, but this is just, it just makes sense. Do it.
Championship to the Queen. This feud could cement Stratton's status as a main eventer, not only due to both ladies' in-ring work, but in showing the many dimensions to Tiffany's character. Number 4, Jey Uso is over with the WWE uniform.
100%. 100%.
But Jey Uso has achieved the rarefied air of babyfaces Cody Rhodes and John Cena, something Jey naysayers need to recognize, and dare we say acknowledge. The main event Jey is a multi-talented performer whose popularity alone justifies his push, but as he's shown every time he wrestles, there's more than a four-worded catchphrase to his act. Number 5, solid Elimination Chamber qualifier. A Jimmy Uso versus LA Knight versus...
Yeah, that was definitely, it was great. I believe right here that's when Drew, if I can move my, not that. If I can move my video for a second, you can see Drew is pulling the referee out. He yanked him hella hard too. He flew out the ring.
Drew McIntyre was a predictable but solid match that built up anticipation for first March's Elimination Chamber and solidified Drew's status as a viable world contender. And the Street Profits are back.
Yeah,
and the
man.
Street Profits' fiery
This
promo
was a hell of a
perfect,
promo.
as it justified, at least in Ford and Dawkins' mind, they were in the right for the Royal Rumble and put the entire tag team division on notice to watch out. But that was the good. What about the bad? Is number 1, did we need Carmelo versus Tozawa?
Yeah, this match, it's a result of SmackDown going to 3 hours. I really don't like that it's 3 hours. I don't like the whole 3 hour format. I'm old school. I prefer the 2 hour. I remember when NXT was great at 1 hour, and they got everything in. They did what they need to do. But a lot of stuff some stuff just filler. But you can't have like you got to have the mid card in there somehow, some way. You got to move your pieces around and tell some type of story. But this is just a way to keep Carmelo, keep him relevant and just keep getting wins. And unfortunately, it had to be Tozawa, even though he's a badass. He's great.
Now there's filler on SmackDown with the occasional backstage advertisements and unnecessary promos, but did we really need Carmelo versus Tozawa? This match was meaningless despite WWE's efforts to build off Hayes taking Tozawa.
Yeah, everything, yeah. I mean, we as wrestling fans, we're big on meaning but some matches are just exhibitions. Sometimes you just need to get your guy out there that's not really in anything meaningful right now. Just give him something for the night, so just so people don't forget about him, just so he has some type of momentum.
Out at the Rumble. Number 2, no interview for Bliss after a 2-year absence.
Yeah.
Alexa Bliss is gone from.
That's a good point. She just came out and wrestled. She didn't even participate in the promo before this when Charlotte and then Nia Jax and Candice came out. Tiffany Stratton was out there, and she just came out and just had her match with Candice. Of course, she won, but that was it.
The WWE for 2 years. So why didn't WWE give her any microphone time? SmackDown is a 3-hour show, and cutting Hayes versus Tozawa could have given Bliss time to reconnect with her fans with a decent promo. Well, at least we got a match, right? Number 3, WWE.
I'll say real quick, the coolest thing when I was watching that Carmelo Hayes and Tozawa's matches, Carmelo had this cool looking DDT before he went into the move off the top rope called Nothing But Net, something like that. Man, that was a cool DDT. I never seen it done like that. He did like a springboard off the middle rope and then flew back and just planted his head in the mat. It was really cool.
Commercial breaks are poorly timed. The WWE needs to work on the timing of its commercial breaks, as they now seem to routinely cut to commercial during matches, sapping the show's momentum and depriving fans of quality matches. WWE has been doing this long enough, so it should know how to handle things by now. And Solo vs. Cody, the sequel, part 300. Now, do we really need another feud between Cody Rhodes and Solo Sikoa? Sikoa's early program with Cody was a bit of a disappointment.
I don't know if this will be another program where they have a series of matches. They might. But yeah, nobody wants to see it. Glass Solo's back, but not Cody and him again, because last year they had, I think, that cage match, and that blew it off to where nobody wanted to see no more matches, because before that they had a few matches on Raw and SmackDown. But yeah,
there's no reason to think that they should revisit this anytime soon. However, judging from SmackDown, WWE have certainly reignited this. That was nothing downright ugly. SmackDown was a mixed bag, especially for being a post-Rumble episode. What do you guys think of the Blue Brand last night? Let us know in the comments down below. Now, let's move on.
I'll let you know right now. It was a solid show. Good matches, good promos. Everybody, play their role for just to move forward with the chamber.
To the news. Our first story is huge. Our first story looks at mass WWE releases.
Oh yeah.
Now our top news story concerns a new set of releases by WWE. As Fightful Selectors reported that WWE decided on the releases when SmackDown went to air. The following superstars will no longer be in the promotion: Akram Razat of Authors of Pain.
Yeah, that one sucks. I really like Authors of Pain, especially the NXT version. They were a really solid team. Paul Ellering. And the thing is that Triple H booked them that way in NXT, but I guess when they got with Karrion Kross, I guess it just didn't pan out, and that's really unfortunate to hear that they're going again.
Paul Ellering.
Yeah, Blair Davenport. That's unfortunate as well. She just came in, had a program with Naomi. They had some stuff in the backstage, had a few matches. That was it. That was all we've ever seen of her. I don't even know if she was in the Royal Rumble or not. I don't remember, but yeah, that sucks.
Blair Davenport, Cedric Allen.
Yeah, Cedric. Yeah, We all know where he's going. AEW, he's going to be with the Hurt Syndicate more than likely. But I remember when Cedric first came to WWE almost 10 years ago now. He was in the what's it called? The Cruiserweight Classic. And the fans were like, please sign Cedric. That was a chant for Cedric Alexander because he was that damn good. And he still is. But they don't have anything for you, and they looking to make cuts. Unfortunately, he made it. So
Alexander and Sonya Deville.
Yeah, this one is another one that's kind of weird. A lot of things with pro wrestling, with going from NXT, because she was from NXT as well. She had a character. She was it was like a kickboxer before Ronda Rousey even came, but then she was like Ronda Rousey 2.0. But she should have just kept that character, honestly, in my opinion. But the whole thing with Pure Fusion Collective, that whole thing is garbage. But I'm not saying that the individuals are, but we just put people together and expect them to have chemistry and to just figure it out, make it work. Sometimes it just doesn't, and unfortunately, this might be a result of that. So
it also seems that WWE have added a sixth superstar release.
That's weird too. This one is very strange. WWE has a huge women's roster, and they was really pushing these young ladies last year when they went to France or Australia or somewhere. Where they became tag team champions. When they had a feud with Bianca and Jade, when they beat them for the titles, then they ended up winning them back. And that was really the last time we seen them. I think they made a few appearances on SmackDown and Raw. I think in singles matches, qualifying matches, things of that nature. But yeah, that sucks too. Never like to hear about pro wrestlers losing their jobs, but fortunately we have different companies. It's so many places to go nowadays. So.
By WWE, as now Isla Dawn has confirmed that she has been released by WWE. Isla Dawn made the news public via her Instagram, saying on a story, "Here for a good time, not a long time. See you in 90." But in other breaking news, after the news of Isla Dawn being released by WWE, it hasn't stopped there, as Fightful Select also confirmed that Giovanni Vinci has been released by the
my boy Giovanni Vinci, aka Fabian Eichner. This man he had it. I think he was special. The most frustrating thing about his release would be the fact that he was drafted to SmackDown. He had vignettes. After he was kicked out of Imperium, he had vignettes. We're gonna change his character. That was the impression he gave, because he had vignettes and they were going to do something with him. First night on SmackDown, jobbed out. Second time on SmackDown, second match, jobbed out. And we didn't see him again after that. So it's very strange. It's very strange.
WWE. And this was just a travesty for Vinci, as he was literally buried on his return, and now he's been released. But it still doesn't stop there, as Fightful Select has also confirmed that the Good Brothers have been released by WWE. What are the reasons?
The Good Brothers, yep, my boys Gallo and Anderson. It sucks. That sucks too, because the last thing I remember seeing them do was just be backstage trying to be friends with a heel AJ Styles. That was like the last thing.
Behind these releases. Well, the WWE's latest releases aren't a surprise, because fans have repeatedly seen the promotion release talent at different times during the year. As with past releases, there are general and specific reasons. The general reasons are what fans have seen countless times, of WWE cutting its budget and trimming the fat from a bloated roster. TKO Holdings is constantly looking for ways to cut costs, something fans have seen with the company releasing employees ever since WWE merged with Endeavor. As we've suggested in past videos, the WWE roster is so big that talent releases are inevitable, and there's no reason to justify maintaining such an extensive roster of rarely used wrestlers backstage. When you look at WWE's talent roster and consider how infrequently talent are used, it's surprising there actually haven't been more releases recently. And these cuts, while unfortunate, are likely seen seen as a way of opening the door for NXT talent to jump to the main roster, while the WWE trains and evaluates the many potential superstars working their way through the Performance Center, and of course future stars in the WWE ID program looking to get...
Yeah, and also including the new show coming out, I think it's LTG. I'll be doing reviews on that show on my channel, so look out for that. It's like another Tough Enough
brought into the WWE. Now, it's important to distinguish between WWE releasing talent and WWE opting not to renew talent's contracts, something recently seen with Baron Corbin. Fightful Select is reporting on the reasons behind each wrestler's release as number 1, Sonya Deville. As in Deville's case, WWE chose not to renew her option, and Fightful reports Sonya will be a free agent soon. Deville was off WWE television for a significant period after tearing her ACL in 2023. She returned, eventually joining Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark in the Pure Fusion Collective. Number 2, AOP. Akam and Rezar returned to WWE, joining manager Paul Ellering in Karrion Kross's Final Testament. A rumor has it that the two may have had backstage heat, which played a role into their exit. According to Fightful, AOP came into WWE with a bit of heat throughout the industry due to some of their outside projects, one of which saw a few people in wrestling put money in, and they were upset they didn't get it back. One person in WWE said that could be the reason they were put with Karrion Kross, who is generally well liked. AOP had been adamant that Paul Ellering joined the group with them when they were re-signed. They were actually under a contract a number of months before reappearing. Many in the company saw it as a rough omen when they were hardly on TV with Kross. There were no creative plans for AOP and Ellering following the Wyatts. Number 3, Paul Ellering. Paul Ellering's return with AOP was well received by fans who enjoyed watching Ellering guide the team during its time in NXT. One rumor is that AOP asked for Ellering to be brought back when WWE asked the team to return. With AOP gone, WWE likely felt it did not need precious Paul Ellering anymore. Number 4, Blair Davenport.
Kross could have used him. He would have went real good with Karrion Kross by himself.
Blair Davenport's release was a big disappointment for her fans who hoped her 2024 call-up to SmackDown would actually lead to big things. It didn't, and like several other superstars who were leaving, WWE claims it had no plans for her. In fact, she only had about 4 matches on SmackDown before her release. Now, Davenport is only 28, and there's already talk she'll be hired once her non-compete clause expires. Number 5, Cedric Alexander. Cedric is another WWE superstar who's been missing in action from television. With WWE having no plans for him for years, rumor has it that AEW's Hurt Syndicate are already asking Tony Khan to bring Cedric in so he can join AEW's version of the Hurt Business. However, he will have to wait the 90-day no-compete clause. Well, it seems that talent was actually caught off guard, as Dr. Chris Featherstone recently reported on Twitter that they've been informed that some WWE talent were quote-unquote caught off guard from the latest string of releases, especially since most of them were recently on television or scheduled to receive more exposure. Are you guys surprised by these releases? Let us know in the comments down below. We're all wishing them the best though. Next up, AEW fires a wrestler after arrest. Now, please note that this following story may trigger survivors of domestic abuse, so please skip to our next story if that is the case. Now, another release news, AEW has parted ways with longtime AEW star Bear Boulder, aka Thomas Wansaw. Unlike the WWE releases, there's a significant reason for
I'm not familiar with him.
Boulder's release, as Fightful Select Sean Ross Sapp is reporting that Bear Boulder...
Is that Bear Boulder? I remember it was a team called Bear Country.
Unlike the WWE releases,
maybe
there's a significant reason
completely
for Boulder's release, as Fightful Select Sean Ross Sapp is reporting that Bear Boulder has been fired by AEW. The company learned that he'd been arrested for battery by strangulation in January and cut him from the company. According to Newsweek, Wansaw was arrested on January 13th, 2025. The victim has been identified as his fiancée. Boulder worked in the team The Iron Savages, and his court case is still pending. Next up, is WWE looking for big things for Drew McIntyre? Drew McIntyre's move to SmackDown is official, and if the rumors are true, WWE has big things planned for the Scottish Warrior. The Observer discussed WWE's plans for Drew, noting McIntyre will work a program with Damian Priest that leads to a WrestleMania match, but that's just the beginning though. As according to The Observer, there's also a plan right now to get to Rhodes vs McIntyre, which was scheduled for 2023 before Rhodes ended up not winning the title that year. They added that WWE originally wanted to run a Drew vs Cody Rhodes program in 2023, but WWE's decision to wait another year before putting the Undisputed Championship on Cody Rhodes managed to nix these plans. Next up is Alexa Bliss joining the Wyatt Six. Now, is Alexa Bliss gonna join the Wyatt Six? As Bliss, who had a popular run as Bray Wyatt, aka...
I think she will. She should. I mean, she got so much respect for the character and just for that time period. You know, it was special. Rest in peace to Bray Wyatt. Sorry, I was looking for my mask here. I have a Bray Wyatt mask. I can't. It's nowhere close to me. I'm gonna pull it out and show you guys. But yeah.
The Fiend's Devil Doll, until she turned on him, appears to be headed for a new pairing. This time with Uncle Howdy's cadre of creeps, the Wyatt Six.
Here it is. Yep, my Bray Wyatt mask. So.
Fans saw a hint of things to come as there were video glitches during Bliss's bout with Candice LeRae, glitches that fans associate with the Wyatt Six. The move, while not unexpected, is sure to please fans who were hoping for Little Miss Bliss to rejoin the faction when she returned from maternity leave. Bliss also put a hint in her Lily doll as the eye has a number 6 in it. Next up, Rey Fenix updates fans on his contract status. Penta El Zero is in the midst of a successful run in WWE.
He got to join his brother in WWE at some point.
When can fans expect to see his brother Rey Fenix in WWE? While we haven't heard specifics, Fenix recently updated fans during an interview saying, "Yeah, basically I'm still under contract with an additional extension. I'm waiting to be used, to be called to work, or to have my situation clarified a little more." AEW hasn't used Fenix in months, leading to growing frustration as he made it clear he wanted AEW to release him, and the company added time to his contract as a result of time missed due to injuries, which WWE also does to their contracted talent. Fenix revealed that he'd be staying in shape during his time off and also worked on fulfilling personal goals. "I'm doing personal projects like buying my house and a future for my children, but I could have had the option of continuing to work every weekend, but nobody stays in a place where they're not wanted." With AEW showing no signs of releasing Fenix, it may be a while before WWE fans see the Lucha Brothers together in WWE. Next up, Penta talks his WWE dream
Rey
matches.
Mysterio.
Speaking of Rey's brother, which WWE superstars would Penta El Zero like to work with? While there are many potential great matches between Penta and WWE talent, El Zero gave Chris Van Vliet his wish list of opponents, and they include John Cena, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu, Braun Breaker, and a special one as Finn Balor. Every one of these matches sound like an instant classic, but what's missing is a dream match with Rey Mysterio. Yeah, Penta's already faced Mysterio in Lucha Underground.
Right, I figured.
He'd want to revisit the match in WWE. Next up, Nikki Bella's reason for returning to WWE. And last but not least, Nikki Bella's Royal Rumble was a well-received surprise, and according to WrestleVotes, a well-received one with WWE management. Now one half of the Bella twins is revealing why she returned to WWE. You know, it's funny because Brie and I, for a while, we were just... once you're a wrestler, you're always a wrestler. You always crave getting back in. That's why we always make comebacks, right? Nikki, who seemed to distance herself from WWE at one point, told Access Hollywood more about her motivation to return. But I was just really yearning for it. You know, when you're in that ring, you find so much more of your empowerment, strength, and confidence, things like that. Things that I was really craving and yearning for myself, especially in my new era. And it's like I need Nikki Bella to help me put the pieces back together, you know what I mean? Yeah, getting my Bella back. Now, whilst this is purely speculation, returning to the familiar surroundings of WWE may have been therapeutic for Nikki, whose 2024 saw her embroiled in a divorce proceeding with Artem Chignivstev. Whatever the case, Nikki's return has fans buzzing and also talking of her sister Brie joining the WWE very shortly. But there you have it.
I don't really care for Brie, but it's great to see Nikki. She was always better in the ring anyway. Hey guys, thank you for watching the video. Appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe. You see this little scrolling thing right here. Connect with me, follow, and all that good stuff. See y'all in the next one.